Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, I'll be discussing a couple things. First, I'm going to be talking about the women's Wargames match and what happened on SmackDown regarding of the two teams. And I'm also going to talk about Raw. It will probably turn into a little rant about Raw, I'll I'll get to that later. So yeah. Let's first talk about SmackDown. Okay, on the women's side, for the women's war games, Damage Control challenged Charlotte, Shotzi, and Bianca for a War Games match. Technically not Bailey. It was mainly Dakota, Asuka, Io, and Kyrie. Bailey looked shook, and to as you can tell that basically they're gonna kick Bailey out. They're gonna turn on Bailey, and it's most likely gonna happen at Survivor Series, most likely, which I don't mind. It's gonna be funny to see. But yeah, they challenged them, and Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi accepted it, but they need to find a fourth member. And they've been trying to have people join them, like Micha Medium and and Zelina. Well, first Mia Yim, but Mia Yim got attacked by Damage Control, and then Bianca tried to recruit Zelina, but then she got attacked by Damage Control. So they were out of options, and they had Charlotte make a call. And the call was to, as we found out later, was to Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch helped. And Becky Lynch is going to join Bianca, Charlotte, and Shotzi to face Damage Control in Women's War Games as Survivor Series this year. Now, my thing is, I don't know how I feel about it. Because, to be honest, first of all, Becky is on Raw. She's not on SmackDown. That's one thing. Second of all, she's in the middle of she's in the middle of in a little feud with Xia Li. And third, she hasn't had any issues with Damage Controls since earlier this year, since WrestleMania. So yeah, so it's like I'm confused, especially considering that Charlotte, the one who called Becky, and Becky Becky accepted it, even especially considering the history of Charlotte and Becky. Okay. The only thing I was expecting it to be like a surprise, um, towards at Survivor Series or them mentioning on the SmackDown it'll be Jade. I expected it to be Jade, Jade making her debut at War Games, but but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a good match. It is now the women's War Games match is it's pretty stacked. I'm not gonna lie, it is stacked with incredible talented women. But it's storyline wise, I'm just kind of confused more than anything. All the only thing I guess will make sense, or the thing that I'll would kind of see happen. I don't know. Well, not kind of see, but I can possibly see might happen is that since Becky and Xia Li is fighting on Raw um on next Monday or this upcoming Monday, maybe Xia Li might injure Becky, or she might attack Becky at Survivor Series, but backstage on a pre-show or something, and injure Becky, and they're gonna have to find a replacement, and the surprise replacement will be Jade. Maybe that could happen, but yeah, and then yeah, SmackDown ended with all them being in SmackDown. SmackDown ended with both teams being in a brawl. Um, yeah. But yeah, that's what happened. I'm just more confused than anything, storyline wise, because it's Becky. I don't mind it being Becky. I'm just more confused. Well, it's I'm not mad of it being Becky. There's already a lot of there's already a lot of star power, to be honest, and it's already stacked. But having Becky on it, it brings out even more star power than that already is. It makes it even more stacked. But yeah, again, it's storyline wise, I'm just confused. But yeah, that's it about SmackDown. Let's go to Raw. Raw has been really repetitive for me. Raw has been very, very repetitive. Mainly on the whole mainly on the whole feud, the whole thing with Judgment Day and um, Cody, Sammy, Seth, and Jay. Um, it's just been repetitive. Like they always start off with Judgment Day doing promo or whatever, and then it leads into a brawl or something like that, or basically there's like a match between any member of the Judgment Day or members of Judgment Day against any members of Cody's team, and then that ends to no contest because that ends in a brawl, and then and then and then they they end up, and that will most likely end up being like the main event or something like that, and then they end up brawling at the end of the show, and that's how they end it. It's just been very repetitive. The only thing that made it interesting is Drew McIntyre when he helped Judgment Day retain the titles. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that made him. That's the only thing that made him more interesting, because it's like I'm intrigued on how that dynamic is gonna be like of Drew and Judgment Day, and I wonder how he's gonna fit. But yeah, it's just more of it being just repetitive and real old and getting really old, to be honest. Like, I don't mind a brawl, but if it's like the same brawl over and over again every Monday night, it's especially considering on how long they've been feuding. It's just mad old, and I'm kind of like I want something new, and hopefully when after Survivor Series, there's something new. Like I want Judgment Day to defend their belts against someone else, either someone else on Raw or something. Well, there was a triple threat number one contendership match on SmackDown and Street Profits won. So I don't know when Judgment Day is going to defend their belts against the Street Profits. Hopefully after Survivor Series, but yeah. So I just want Judgment Day to feud with someone else other than Seth, Cody, Jay, and Sammy. Like have Judgment Day feud with someone else and have Seth have his own feud for the belt that's not Judgment Day. Um, well, except for Nakamura, but but yeah, have Seth feud with someone for his belt. Have Sammy feud with someone, and same thing with Cody. Have Cody OJ feud with Drew. Um, well, actually, no. Scratch that. Because Drew, technically, he's with the Judgment Day, maybe, possibly. So scratch that, because that's still technically feuding with the Judgment Day. Have Cody feud with someone else. Have Jay feud with someone. To be honest, have Jay go after Jimmy, so that they can have the one-on-one match. But I feel like they might save it until WrestleMania. To be honest, like brother versus brother, they might save that to WrestleMania. But yeah, that's just my main problem with Raw. It's just getting old. It's getting repetitive, but only in that realm. But only in that, because that's basically the main storyline on Raw. And to be honest, yeah, like I said, it's really repetitive. And with it being mad repetitive, it's getting stale. So yeah, it's like after Survivor Series, I don't want none of these 8 men feuding with each other again. At least for a long time. Like I no, just no. But yeah. Um, Cody Rhodes helps LA Knight repel Bloodline post match attack. Well, I'm not gonna watch it, but I just saw the title of that says that Cody Rhodes helped LA Knight um, when Bloodline jumped him after the match he had with Jimmy. Which I'm like, Cody, I know that I get it. You're not done with the Bloodline, but also it's like, how are you gonna? But it's like you have your own thing going on with Judgment Day. on Raw. Focus on that first before you wanna try and deal with the bloodline again. Anyway, but yeah, that is the end of this video. Comment down below if you agree with me or if you don't, and tell me why. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.